Zoom was giving me the wrong link, which is never helpful.
Yeah, no, that's not. But we're very glad to see you. Is there anything you need to do? You sound very clear in your speech.
Good. I would love to just check a level of
Yes.
playback.
Please.
Awesome. I'm just going to I need to be able to share my screen also.
Right. So Carol or Mark, can you please make sure to make Micah a co-host?
Thank you.
Doing that now.
Thank you, Mark.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. Here we go. Just
welcome, folks, everyone. Thanks for your patience. We'll be ready to begin in just a moment.
Let me know if this is a good volume.
Yeah, it's for speaking is very clear and audible.
Do you hear the music?
Not at all. I don't hear it at all.
Interesting. Alrighty. That's very interesting. Well, that's why we do this.
We hear it on this. It's coming through on this side, the music.
It is coming through?
Oh,
Are others hearing Micah's music? Some
Let's
yes
try
and
this.
some no.
Mostly,
Oh,
yes.
funny. I'm not.
Not at this moment, but I did.
Weird.
Try
Let me try
again.
something else. I shall. Thank you for making time for this so we can do it now instead of in the moment when then things don't work.
Of course.
All right. Very
Shabbat
strange.
Shalom. As people enter, we're just getting ourselves settled in here, working out some minor technical details. Appreciate your patience. Use this time to take a deep breath. Send a smile to the people that are gathered here.
Can you hear any of the music or still no?
Yes.
Yes.
Not me, but others, I guess, are.
Ah, so some people hear and some don't.
Yeah.
Weird.
Fred,
A
are you
weird Zoom day.
Fred, are you hearing Micah's music?
Yes,
You are. Okay. I mean,
at a pretty good level. It could come up a little, but not too much.
Sure. Thank you. How's this?
Not even a glimmer of it. Nothing.
yeah, not me either.
We just got it. You can hear it now.
Can people? There's some helpful thumbs. Can everyone? If you're not hearing any instrumental, do a thumbs down. Okay. I see Matt is it down?
I've never seen this before where like some people hear the share sound and some people don't.
Yeah.
That's super bizarre.
Oh,
Let me-
Debbie, no
let me
music?
try one. Let me try a different way. Let me try a different way.
Could it be that some people don't have the sound set up properly
Right,
on their
I think-
computer?
I think
Well-
people need to turn their volume up. If you're not hearing anything, turn your volume up.
Right, but if you were hearing me and not the background music, then that's
Right.
weird.
Not
But
a-
if they're hearing the question, they should hear the music.
Exactly. Our
So-
folks. Okay, do you see this?
Beautiful.
weekly.
Excellent.
Yes.
Are you still seeing it, even though I brought up my
Yes.
Spotify?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, now do you hear the music?
No.
No.
Nobody hears the music.
Nope.
No.
Do you hear the music now?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't hear it.
Weird.
And it's
weird.
not just music. It is Sweet Honey in the Rock.
Indeed. Yeah. So
Micah,
not-
do you want to try? Would it make any sense to go out and come in again? Just try that once.
yeah, maybe. Let me try that. And you know what? Let me also just try. Maybe Spotify is having problems, so I'll do it from iTunes. Who knows? Thanks all for bearing with me. This is super weird. I've never experienced before where like some people hear it and some people don't. I have like no idea what that's about. Okay. Let's try again. Ta-dum. Okay. Here we go. Sharing and oop, that's gonna be too loud. Is anyone hearing the dooms?
Nope.
So the people who are hearing were hearing, and the people who weren't weren't.
Correct.
Yes.
Bizarre.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna leave and come back in again, and then otherwise, I guess like what I could also do is there are two audio files that I wanted to share. I can maybe send them to somebody else and see if someone else plays them if that's like better. But then I'd also need to share the PDFs. Anyway, I'm gonna leave and come back again and hope that it all works magically. Shabbat shalom.
We're here. Good Shabbos. For those who are just joining us, we're working out the deets on the music. We are blessed to have Micah Hendler with us this morning. For those who have not yet put on a talit, just a moment of what it means to enwrap ourselves, what it means to get ready. It can include sound check. It can include making sure we look presentable when the camera is on so that we can build community in this virtual way. But it can also include those little personal moments. So a blessing that we feel enwrapped, that even in a time of anxiety and challenge, that we feel a certain, at least spiritual safety and a sense of connection. Because in shul, the edge of my tzitzit would dangle right next to yours. And so may it be for us as well. Baruch atah Yah Eloheinu ruach haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Another way for us to deepen our connection with one another and just be patient while we're working through these technical glitches. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorai. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorai. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorai. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorai. So Micah, you're back with us. Shall we try once again?
Let's try one more time. Otherwise, I will send the share screen materials to somebody else with instructions on what to do.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's try it. Okay.
Can everyone else please mute? Please make sure to mute so that we can hear what we need to hear from Micah.
Is it working? For some people, yes. For some people, no.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I want to suggest that we go ahead and go forward.
Let's do that, and I will. I'll send the two audio files and the texts to somebody. Who should I send it to?
You can send them to me.
Okay.
Micah, and I may forward them on to our Gabayim. We'll see.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you. Let's do it.
Of course. Okay, everybody. Welcome once again. If you can find your way to your Siddur, page 141. Ma tohu Yisrael. Page 141 at the bottom. Vani tefilati lecha Adonai et ratzon Elohim berov chastecha Aneni be'emet yishecha. Morning blessings, a chance for us to rise together to greet this day, rising in body or in spirit. Page 151, joining ourselves together with kindness and love. L'shem yichud kudsha b'richu shchintei, neni muchan u'mizuman lekabel alai, mitzvat aseh shel ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, u'vizchut zeh eftach pi. 153 and following. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu che'olamim hamavir sheina me'enai u'tenuma me'afapai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu che'olamim hanoten l'sachli vina le'avchin בין יום ובין לילה. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu che'olamim roka haaretz al hamayim. 156, switching to the English. Blessed are you, the lamp, our God, life of all the worlds, who makes the blind to see. Blessed are you, the compassionate our God, life of all the worlds, who clothes the naked. Blessed are you, redeeming one our God, life of all the worlds, who makes the captive free. Blessed are you, the helping hand our God, life of all the worlds, who raises up the humble. 159. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu che'olamim, hamechil mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu che'olamim, she'asa li kol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu che'olamim, ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu che'olamim, oter Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu che'olamim, who made me in your image. Blessed are you, the free our God, life of all the worlds, who made me free. Blessed are you, the ancient one our God, life of all the worlds, who made me of the people Israel. Blessed are you, renewing one our God, life of all the worlds, who gives strength to the weary. We can take our seats and continue together. Page 177. With gratitude to the author of creation. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam. Baruch hu. Baruch oseh bereshit. Baruch omer ve'oseh. Baruch gozer u'mekayim. Baruch merachem al haaretz. Baruch hu baruch shemo. Baruch merachem al haberiot. Baruch meshalem sachar tov lireav. Baruch ma'avir afela umevi ora. Baruch chai la'ad v'kayam la'netzach. Baruch podeh u'matzil. Baruch hu u'baruch shemo. Turning to you, Micah.
Thank you so much. I'm going to just share some words here. Can everybody see this lovely art? Courtesy of Google courtesy of Yehuda Lang. I don't know who that is, but clearly a beautiful artist. And the song that I wanted to start with is Shiviti, is Daphne Rosenberg by Navati La setting. It's one of my favorites. And in this time, throughout the inauguration this past week and the last several months, I've really come to have a new understanding of what having faith means, particularly in times when things seem like particularly impossible and I can't see a possible solution or how things could ever work out. And also at the same time, the need to continue moving forward anyway. And faith is what fills that gap. Faith in whatever, but without faith, you can't move forward. And so this song is one of the songs that gives me some strength and faith in these times. Can everyone hear that all right? Good. Shiviti Havaya Venegdi Tamid. Sing with me. Shiviti Havaya Venegdi Tamid. One more time. Shiviti Havaya Venegdi Tamid. Now we're going to the B part. Havaya, 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 Hava, Hava, Hava. Let's do that again. Havaya, Havaya, Havaya. Hava, Hava, Hava. Back to the beginning. Shiviti Havaya Venegdi Tamid. Shiviti Havaya Venegdi Tamid. Shiviti Havaya Venegdi Tamid. Shiviti Havaya.
We lost your sound.
Shiviti Havaya, Havaya Venegdi Tamid. Havaya, 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 Hava, 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 Havaya, 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 Hava, Hava, Hava. Havaya, 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 Hava, Hava, Hava. One more time on the Havaya, Havayiti, Havaya, Lenegdi, Tamid, Shiviti, Havaya, Lenegdi, Tamid, Shiviti, Havaya, Lenegdi, Tamid. Hopefully that keeps you moving forward too.
I place Havaya, existence, the one, before me, always. Keeping that image of God as beyond names, page 247, we rise in body or spirit, as many minions as one. Baruch hu et Havaya hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Havaya hamvorach leolam vaed. Baruch atah Havaya Eloheinu ruach haolam yotzer or uvorei choshech oseh shalom.
So sorry, Fred, somehow we lost you there.
Yeah. Uvorei et hakol.
I think someone keeps muting everyone, and that starts mute. That's what happened to me in the middle of the song as well.
I think so. So everyone with host capability, please beware. We may be seated. There's a beautiful tradition at this point in the service. The Yotzer prayers invite ongoing reflection, poetic reflection, on what it means to be part of the brilliance of creation, on what it means to tune into it, and what it means to celebrate it, what it means to do our part to preserve it. On this first Shabbat, heading back into the Paris Accord, a perfect time for a modern Yotzer to celebrate this pretty planet.
Well said. There's no kavanah on my part is needed after that beautiful one. Thank you. So for anyone, I'm gonna share my screen again for some words. Ta-dam. Look, what a beautiful round, spinning, oceanic, green, blue, white, gorgeous planet we have. And so this song was written by Tom Chapin. I learned it when I was very little, and it stuck with me. And it just seemed really appropriate for both Tu B'Shvat coming up and also hopefully an era in which we care more about the planet coming up and are able to do so at scale. So I'm going to teach it to you. It's a round, but I'll just teach each part on its own. So it goes, this pretty planet spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. So let's try that. This pretty planet spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. We'll go to the next part. Golden sun going down, Gentle blue giant, spin us around. Let's do that again. Golden sun going down. Gentle blue giant, spin us around. And last part. All through the night, safe till the morning light. Again, all through the night, safe till the morning light. Let's try to do the whole thing once through. Sing it with me. This pretty planet spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down. Gentle blue giant, spin us around. All through the night, safe till the morning light. Keep going. This pretty planet, spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. And some could come in here. This pretty planet, spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Or here. This pretty planet, spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down. Gentle blue giant, spin us around. All through the night, safe till the morning light. This pretty planet, spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down. Gentle blue giant, spin us around. All through the night, safe till the morning light. All through the night. Just be wrapped in it. You're a garden, you're a harbor, the morning light. Last time. All through the night, safe till the morning light. May we be safe till the morning light, and our planet too.
Yasher Koach, thank you. Will you take us into the next section, or shall I?
Of course. So sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. Or chadash al Tzion ta'ir, v'nizkeh chulanu b'mera le'oro, baruch ata Adonai yotzer ha'me'oro.
Amen. Thank you. A most beautiful Yotzer unit. We turn now from nature to love and unity, page 275, leading us into the Shema. And on deck for the Shema in a minute will be Eliana Gentry. Look forward. Page 275. V'ha'erinu b'toratecha v'dabek libeinu b'mitzvotecha v'yached levavenu le'ahava u'lira et shemecha v'lo nevo נקדוש ולא נקלם ולא ניכשל לעולם ועד, כי בשם קודשך הגדול והנורא בטחנו, נגילה ונשמחה, נגילה ונשמחה בישועתך. Unity in gathering. והביאנו לשלום מארבע כנפות הארץ, ותוליכנו כממיעוט לארצנו, כי אל פועל ישועות אתה, וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול, סלע באמת, להודות לך ולייחדך באהבה. ברוך אתה ויה, אוהב עמו ישראל. Eliana, you can unmute.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם נאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Moment to continue on our own. Yasher koach. Vayam shemua tishmu. It's hard to. למען תזכרו מה עשיתם בכל מצוותיי ותושיב לכם הוויה אלוהיכם אמת.
Turn ahead now to page 291 to the Freedom Song, and just by way of introduction to this part, I want to invite us this morning to take quiet time for the Amidah. So we'll finish our redemption liturgy and then have a silent Amidah time together before we join our voices together to close the Amidah and come back once again to Micah. So first 291, page 291. Tilot el Elyon Baruch Hu Mevorach Moshe uMiriam uBnei Yisrael Lecha anu shira Besimcha rabah Ve'amru chulam Mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, nedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi kamocha, mi kamocha, nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh pelah. חדשה, שירה, שירה, שירה חדשה, שירה, שירה, שירה חדשה, שיבחו גאולים, לשמך שפתיים, לשמך שפתיים, לשמך שפתיים, לשמך שפתיים. יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל קומה בעזרת ישראל ופתח נאומך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Take our time with the Amidah of our own hearts, and as we're ready, join ourselves back together and just share this very brief chazara, a recitation of those major themes of our central standing prayer. Adonai sefatav tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Blessings from our ancestors, blessings when we live in our power, blessings when we live in holiness, blessings on this day, on this blessed day, on this Sabbath day. The blessing of your presence return to our presence. So thankful for this life, for the blessings of this life, for this beautiful life, for the blessings of this life. Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Shalom.
Shalom. One of the things that I'd love to share now, and we were having some technical difficulties, so I'm figuring out a couple different ways for people to access this, is a song called Adinu, which is a Sufi chant that we sing in the Jerusalem Youth Chorus. For those who don't know, I am the artistic director of an Israeli-Palestinian music and dialogue project called the Jerusalem Youth Chorus, and we try in every way that we can to spread love and many other things that are critical components of peace without necessarily having to name peace itself, because it's easy to talk about peace and not really know what you mean. But when you're talking about the building blocks of peace, that can be much more concrete often. So what I'm going to do is share my screen and share sound. Some people were hearing it, some people weren't. But there is a way at the link that I just posted in the chat to stream the song for yourself in real time. And so I want to give folks a moment. If you're not, well, if you weren't hearing my sound earlier, take a moment, go to this link, scroll down a bit to the Spotify playlist, and you can find Adinu. Adinu is the 6th track. And maybe when some sample person, maybe Rachel, who wasn't hearing my sound, once you've found Adinu and are ready to play it, give me a thumbs up, and then I can start on my end. And I'll go like 3, 2, 1, and people can start, and then we can all have the same experience. In the meantime, I'm sharing this. Can folks see this beautiful calligraphy? Lovely.
Okay.
Rafi,
Rachel, are you ready?
Down. Speaker. Down.
Oh, someone's making a phone call. Okay. I'm gonna get started. Have folks found the link? Okay, great. Here we go. Adinu. We're gonna do a bit of a guided meditation to this chant. For now, just be bathed in the sound. This was recorded in St. Anne's Church in the Old City of Jerusalem. My kavanah for this prayer this morning is this idea that sometimes we may feel like we're not speaking the same language, and I can't understand what you're saying, or I can't understand any of it. But sometimes resonance around a core meaning can create beauty nevertheless. And so as we listen to this song, I'll invite you to go on a bit of a journey and abandon the need to understand everything literally and simply embrace the meaning, whatever you feel. Coming back to the core, like in music, often a conflict or a misunderstanding that might happen in a conversation or in an interaction between people can sometimes be healed by going deeper than the surface level, to the roots of the feelings that are being expressed, rather than the literal positions that people are taking. And I think that is a really important lesson for us to take to our own lives, to our own country, to our own relationships, as we are dealing with what seem like incommensurable, sort of just completely incompatible positions that may have roots in shared needs anyway. Perhaps there are many different ways of arriving at the same truth, even if they sound different, maybe at first. Perhaps we can find a harmony even in our distinctness. This song speaks of the religion of love. What does the religion of love sound like to you? This is a question that I asked our Israeli and Palestinian singers, and I asked them to bring a musical answer from their own lives to that question. This now is our collective answer. The sound of the religion of love. As you're washed in these songs of love, I welcome you and invite you to sing a song of love from your own heart on mute as your own answer to this question. What does it sound like to you to believe in the religion of love? Don't be afraid. There are no right or wrong answers. I believe in the religion of love. Wherever it is found. For love is my religion and my faith. Thank you.
Let that sink in. Thank you, Micah. Very special thanks to our master musician who improvises technologically on the fly, very fly, and activist through song, Micah Hendler. Also thanks to Rabbi Sid and Sandy, whose remembrance of his father is channeled into uplifting our community and our spirit. Much more from Micah shortly. First, we turn to today's Torah service, page 387. We do a taste of the traditional blessings when we don't have the actual Torah out, from Arabic to Aramaic now. Middle stanza, or bottom. Be be'anarachetz v'lishme kadisha kadisha yakira ana amar tushbechan. Be'ana rachetz, v'lishme kadisha, kadisha yakira, ana amar tushbechan, yehi rava kodamach, titiftach libi be'oraita, v'tashlin mishalin de libi, V'liba dechol amach Yisrael, letav ulchayin v'lishlam. Amen. The final plagues, the first Passover. Today's Torah reading in the middle of Parshat Bo announces the death of the firstborn, and then introduces spring as the ongoing season of liberation with instructions on the Paschal Lamb and on commemorating this anniversary into the future. The genesis of the Seder is here in Exodus. Chapter 12, verse 12. I will pass through the land of Egypt that night and strike all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, human and animal, and on all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. Next verse, when I see the blood on the houses where you are, I will pass over you. A fine name for a holiday. The very name of Pesach, to pass over or not based on the blood on the lintel, invites the classic folk question, which side are you on? And it's stark, good or evil, the true God or the Pharaoh who thinks himself a god. The narrative makes it sound so simple and clear. But in the moment, it wasn't. We left Egypt chamushim, often translated as armed, but just as easily meaning 1/5, as if only the 20% bravest vanguard actually stood up to Egyptian might and put that blood on the door, avoided the plague, and went free. 80% left behind. And it's rarely been so clear ever since, good versus evil. As political philosopher Michael Walzer writes in the back of our Siddur, Pharaonic oppression is always with us. And as my classmate Jeremy Schwartz, who is on mini sabbatical from his shul in Connecticut and joining us this very morning, good Shabbos to Jeremy and Merle, as he first coined in our classroom back in the early 90s, part of the Exodus story is meant specifically to help us to own our own inner Pharaoh. The pharaonic impulse is not just without, it is also potentially and often within. At times in this nation's history, it has felt sometimes like that city on a hill, the anti-Egypt. We are all Moses. At times, we've been more like the Egypt of Joseph's era, bumbling, at times misdirected, but solid. And yet at times, and we must acknowledge that for large swaths of the population, most of our time, most of our history, we've been closer to the Egypt of Parshat Bo. The only question then is, which plague are we up to at a given moment in history? How hard is the nation's heart at that moment, or the heart of its leaders? How far down that path from the early plagues, species imbalance with the frogs, all the way to hunger and collective dislocation, the locusts, eventually toward plague and death, the firstborn? How far down that path are we at any moment? Abraham Joshua Heschel said, some are guilty, all are responsible. Elsewhere, he qualified it, in a free society, some are guilty, all are responsible. As pharaonic oppression is always with us to some degree, often we oppose it and yet embody it simultaneously. We can be oppressor and victim in different vectors of our identities at the very same moment. The backstop that prevents a free society from fully becoming Pharaoh's Egypt, that sole guarantee that we have, it's fair and free elections with voters enfranchised and facts embraced, leading to a peaceful transfer of power every 4 years. That's our surety. Every year at Parshat Bo, and again at Pesach, our people over the centuries have thought differently about this text. How would you read it under Romans or Byzantines, under cross or crescent? Napoleon, the Tsar, the Nazis, the Stars and Stripes, the blue star and 2 stripes. This Shabbat, we bemoan just how threatened that backstop has become. even as we celebrate another cycle in which the promise of a free society, when we can make ourselves be ever less like Pharaoh and ever more mosaic and godly, has been re-upped for at least 4 more years. The first Shabbat of a new political era. Page 768 in the back of the Siddur, Michael Walzer, from the close of his Exodus and redemption. So Pharaonic oppression, deliverance, Sinai and Canaan are still with us, powerful memories shaping our perceptions of the political world. The door of hope is still open. The Exodus teaches, first, that wherever you live, it is probably Egypt. Second, that there is a better place, a world more attractive, a promised land. And third, that the way to the land is through the wilderness. There is no way to get from here to there except by joining together and marching. We open our Chumashim to Exodus chapter 11, verse 4, our opening reading in celebration of a very special birthday for a very special leader and mensch in our community, David Silberman. We are in the new edition of the Plaut Chumash on page 409, in the old edition, page 451, or in any edition, Exodus 11, 4. David, Marcia, please.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitzanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu לעשות divrei Torah.
Amen. Vayomer Moshe, Ko Amar Adonai, Kachatzot halayla ani yotzei betoch Mitzrayim, umeid kol bechor be'eretz Mitzrayim, mibchor paro yoshev al kiso, ad bechor hashivcha asher achar Heirachayim v'chol b'chor behema v'haita sa'aka gedola b'chol eretz Mitzrayim asher kamohu lo niyata v'chamohu lo tosiv ulechol b'nei Yisrael yecharatz kelev Lishono Lemeish v'yad behema Lema'an ted'un Asher yafle Adonai Bein Mitzrayim u'bein Yisrael V'yardu kol avadecha Elai v'yishtachavu li lemor Say ata v'chol ha'am asher b'raglecha v'acharei chen eitzei v'yetzei me'im paro v'yetzei me'im paro b'chavri av v'yomer Adonai el Moshe lo yishma leihem paro leman Revot Moftei Be'eretz Mitzrayim U'Moshe v'Aharon Asu Et Kol HaMoftim Ha'ele Lifnei Paro V'Yechazek Adonai Et Lev Paro V'lo Shilach Et B'nei Yisrael Me'artzo.
Baruch atah Adonai hamlamed Torah l'Amo Yisrael.
Yishar koach. Yishar koach to, oh boy. So sorry. Fred, I'm going to ask you to take over here.
Okay, a lot of sound issues today. Yasher Koach, David, good to see you both there. And is the number public? It's got a nice resonance, but it's up to you.
Absolutely. So the 57th anniversary of my bar mitzvah parsha, which was also my dad's bar mitzvah parsha, and you can do the math and figure out what that means in terms of a birthday.
And it is considered a cycle when Choni, the circle drawer, falls asleep for 70 years, right? That's the classic Rip Van Winkle. It is a multi-generational passage of time, and you two have indeed been celebrations of the multi-generational, bringing the amazing parental influence down to amazing kids and grandkids. And we are so thrilled that you have shared your insights with us along the way, and look forward to many more. So, Yasher Koach, Yom Holedet Sameach, and Marsha Yasher Koach for the Torah reading. We pick up at chapter 12, verse 1, the description of the Paschal Lamb that leads into the instructions for future Seders. And we invite Debbie Lewin in honor of the yahrzeit of her and Malka's mom as the Aliyah, and Paula Lewis as the reader. Chapter 12, verse 1.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lisoch bar Torah.
אמן. ויאמר אדוני אל משה ואל אהרון בארץ מצרים לאמור, החודש הזה לכם ראש חודשים ראשון הוא לכם לחודשי השנה. דברו אל כל עדת ישראל לאמור בעשור לחודש הזה. ויקחו להם איש שא לבית אבות שא לבית, ונמעט הבית מהיות משא, ולקחו ושכנו הקרוב אל ביתו במכסת נפשות, איש לפי אוכלו תחוסו על השא. שא תמים זכר בן שנה יהיה לכם, מן הכבשים ומן העזים תיקחו, והיה לכם למשמרת עד 14 יום לחודש הזה, ושחטו אותו כל קהל עדת ישראל בין 40, ולקחו מן הדם ונתנו את שתי המזוזות ועל המשקוף על הבתים אשר יאכלו אותו בהם. ואכלו את הבשר בלילה הזה, צלי אש ומצות, על מרורים יאכלו, אל תאכלו ממנו נא, ובשל מבושל במים, כי אם צלי אש ראשו על קרעה ועל קרבו, ולא תטורו ממנו עד בוקר, והנותר ממנו עד בוקר באש תשרפו.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamalama Torah v'Amo Yisrael.
Amen. And Yishar Koach to Paula, and Nechama to you, Debbie, and to Malka, as you remember your mom.
Thank you. I just want to say that my mother loved music so much, and she would just have loved the service. And unfortunately, I did not get her voice. She had a beautiful voice, but Malka did. And I know many of you have heard her voice. So I'm glad that's being carried on through the congregation.
Zichrona livracha. Wonderful to remember her with you. So we'll move to our next aliyah, which is going to be Paula Lewis, who is also our reader. And we'll continue, as you can see in the chat, chapter 12, verses 11 through 13, page 459 in the older Chumash and 410 in the newer. Paula.
John is going to do the Aliyah.
And John is going to do the aliyah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asot b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Amen. וככה תאכלו אותו, מותניכם חגורים, נעליכם ברגליכם, ומקלכם בידכם, אכלתם אותו בחיפזון פסח הוא לאדוני, ועברתי בארץ מצרים בלילה הזה, והכיתי כל בכור בארץ מצרים מאדם ועד בהמה, ובכל אלוהי מצרים 10 שבטים אני אדוני, והיה הדם לכם לאות על הבתים אשר אתם שם, וראיתי את הדם ופסחתי עליכם, ולא יהיה בכם נגף למשחית בהכותי בארץ מצרים.
ברוך אתה אדוני למלד תורה לעמו ישראל.
Amen. And yishar kochachem, gam Paula and John. I feel, Paula, wonderful always to hear your voice. And John, I'm having so many technical difficulties this morning. I'm glad to have you on screen in front of me to remind me that expertise is only a touch away, and I'm sure we'll sort this out. So yishar koach to both of you. We're going to have a healing opportunity for healing prayers after the Torah reading back with Micah. So we're going to go ahead now to our final Torah reading, which will be the close of this week's parasha, with all that Rabbi Fred has helped us put in our consciousness about the preparations for the Exodus and the sense that time is beginning again now, that the children of Israel are about to go through such an enormous turning point that they're resetting the calendar, which is how many of us feel as we come into this first week after the inauguration. We'll turn to you, Rabbi Sid, and to Sandy with enormous gratitude for the gifts you've given us in so many different ways, but especially this weekend and this year with the series that we have with Micah Hendler as our guest artist. So to you, Sid and Sandy, for the bracha, and if our Gabayim could help with putting the
it's up already.
We've already done it.
Yes, and Stu Simon for reading. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. And it's our pleasure. I'll just say a word dedicating this aliyah to the moment we're in. To my mind, the most sacred ritual of democracy is the inauguration of a new president. And I'm sure I, like many of you, sat through Wednesday with a sense of awe and relief. I just want to kind of dedicate this aliyah to a return of our country to sanity, to integrity, and to compassion. And I think the early days of the Biden administration show so much promise after 4 years of very weighted darkness. So let's hope that we have a better tomorrow in the spirit of Rabbi Fred's Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asot b'divrei Torah.
Amen. V'haya ki yishalcha bincha mahar lemor mazot yamarta elav b'chozek yad hotzianu Adonai mimitzrayim mibeit avadim vayihi ki hiksha paro lishalchenu v'yacharog Adonai kol bechor b'eretz Mitzrayim מבכור אדם ועד בכור בהמה, על כן אני זובח לאדוני כל פתח רחם הזכרים וכל בכור בני אפתה, והיה לאות על ידך ותותפות בין עיניך, כי בחוזק יד הוציאני אדוני ממצרים.
Baruch atah Adonai hamalamed Torah le'amo Yisrael.
Amen. Yishar koach and toda rabba rabba for this gift and for your ongoing leadership and vision. And so as if we were lifting the Sefer Torah in our midst right now, we can say together, V'zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai be'ad Moshe. An opportunity now to pray for healing, for our country, for all the levels of reconciliation and restitution that we wish for in the lives of our loved ones, in the lives of our nation. So turn back to you, Micah, for this.
Thanks so much. And yeah, Yesher Koach, I want to say particularly to Rabbi Fred on an incredible kavanah for this whole part of the service. Really touched me deeply. There's so much need for healing in our world, and sometimes I get overwhelmed when I think about how much there is. We each need healing internally. Our relationships need healing. Our country needs healing. Our world needs healing. And how do we even start? And as I was thinking about that, a particular song came to my mind that I learned from my beloved teacher, Dr. Isai Barnwell, and it's called Chinese Proverb. And it really takes the idea of healing, of peace, of wholeness, and draws a direct line between what we can do in ourselves and how that can radiate outward into the world. And so I wanted to share that. With everybody. Here we go. Hopefully you can see this. This is Isai Barnwell. She's amazing. And here are the words. Where there is light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. Where there is beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. Where there is harmony in the home, there is honor in the nation. Where there is honor in the nation, there is peace in the world. And that gave me a lot of solace now. So I want to teach you how to sing it. So it goes, where there is light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. Let's try that. Where there is light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. Next line. Where there is beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. Let's do the next line, second line again. Where there is beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. Third line. Where there is harmony in the home, there is honor in the nation. Let's do that again. Where there is harmony in the home, there is honor in the nation. Where there is honor in the nation, There is peace in the world. Okay, so let's try singing it together all the way through, and then we'll take it in many directions outward. Where there is light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. Where there is beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. Where there is harmony in the home, there is honor in the nation. Where there is honor in the nation, there is peace in the world. Where there is light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. Where there is beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. Where there is harmony in the home, there is honor in the nation. Where there is honor in the nation, there is peace in the world. Where there is light. So what I would love to invite everybody to do would be to start and to write the healing that you personally need internally. So not broader healing, not healing for others, but healing that you personally need inside you. We'll get to the broader levels, but if you want to write in the chat what you personally need inside your own soul, that would be really wonderful. Where there is honor in the nation, then there is peace in the world. Keep it coming in the chat. Here we go. My inner peace, patience with myself, and a deep breath, and radical acceptance, and solace from harmony, patience and acceptance and strength to keep helping, and to slow down sometimes, to work on not being so judgmental, and to heal my own self-doubt. Where there is my inner peace. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. If you want to write what you need in terms of healing for relationships that you have with others. Acceptance and solace from harmony in the patience and acceptance. Where there is harmony to keep helping, there is honor and to slow down. Where there is honor to work on not being so judgmental, and to heal my own self-doubt. Where there is we need connection and conversation and hugs and assurance that all will be okay if we are honest, not being so flaky, though it's hard sometimes, and for the ability to talk and include and transcend with patience and touch and openness to difference and patience to listen and humility can expand out even further to the healing that our country needs. Keep it coming. Not being so flaky, though it's hard. Some patience and acceptance. Every strength, the ability to talk and include and transcend. To slow down. Patience and touch. There is openness to difference and patience to listen. There is peace. Heal my own humility. Respect and justice and radical equality and dedication to recognize our common humanity and let it go of everything being right all the time and not to be so threatened by our differences, to heal but also be heard. Where there is we need connection, respect, and we're gonna bring it out even further to the whole world, to humans, to all living things, to Americans, to non-Americans, to anything that needs to be healed. Not being so flaky, though it's hard. We need love to embrace all and humility and appreciation of every living thing. And honestly, we need to confront the climate change and do our part to protect the earth. We need connection, respect, togetherness, and cultural humility and love and dedication and to stop violence. To have a hope of peace, and all must be friends to heal my human family. Where there is light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. Where there is beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. Where there is harmony in the home, there is honor in the nation. Where there is honor in the nation, there is peace in the world. Then there is peace in the world. Thank you for sharing.
Wow. Let's give us a moment to inhale and exhale and hold on to these prayers, which Micah has, I think, helped us access in a deeper way from this prayer that we've sung together so many times. Micah, I don't even know if you realize that. It's a favorite in our community, but now we can hear it in a whole different way.
Oh, I didn't know that. That makes me even happier.
Thank you so much. So with these prayers echoing inside of us, vibrating inside of us, staying inside of us, we're going to turn now to the closing verse of our Torah service, and to our young leader, Nathan Willits, to help us put the Sefer Torah back into the Ark, which we do each time with love and with awe, and with a promise that we will not, as the liturgy says, we will not abandon it. To hold on to this Eitz Chaim, especially this week that we move into Tu B'Shvat, and feel that sap rising once again inside of us as it's rising inside the trees. So page 441, and to you, Nathan.
Eitz Chaim hi lama hazikim ba v'tom he'a me'ushar deraheha darhei noam v'honetivoteha shalom Hashivenu Adonai Eleha v'nashuva Hadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
Shkoach.
Yishar Koach, Nathan. And
That's
we
awesome.
can say to both you, Nathan, and to Eliana, who led earlier, it's wonderful to have our rising B Mitzvah students to join us, to lead, and let us hear your voice and see you, and let you have a chance to warm up yourself to being part of community from the Bima, as you just were, Nathan, so beautifully. Yashar Koach. So continuing now to our closing prayers, and looking forward to. Go ahead.
Micah, if you do have a piece here
Sure.
in our Musaf moment, feel free,
Definitely.
and then Kaddish and Aleinu.
Happily. Yeah, as I was thinking about what I wanted to share today and what my experience of the last week was, I think it was important to me to also share that I'm not really positive all the time, and I'm not hopeful and determined and enthusiastic and optimistic all the time, which is important because I try to like bring that into the world, but it's important also to be real sometimes and to say, wow, like, oh my God, what is happening right now, and how are we possibly gonna fix it? And what do we even do, and where do we even start? And for me, the experience of the inauguration, as it was sort of becoming real, before I was able to get to any place of celebration or relief, everything that was normal about it triggered something for me that I hadn't been letting myself feel over the last 4 years, that I had just sort of blocked myself off of how abnormal and depraved and horrifying it was. And I couldn't fully let myself go there over the last 4 years. I would have just been overwhelmed all the time. And I hadn't realized how much I had sort of blocked myself off from what was actually happening as a self-preservation mechanism, until I was able to sort of like peek out from under my, rock that I was hiding under emotionally, to say, you know what, maybe it's safe to like feel things again. And so I wrote a song about that moment of sort of coming out of our like emotional bomb shelters and looking around at the desolation, frankly, that is around us, and taking a moment to take stock of that, And I think it's important that in the midst of creating space for determination and resilience and moving forward, that there needs to be there's a starting point, and the starting point comes from acknowledging where we are. And so for me, that's what this song is. What has my country become? What have we done to each other? Is this a land just for some? Will we ever be brothers? Is there a future in our sights? Who decides? Who decides? What has this planet become? It's almost like we had planned it. Just who's we? Is it you and me? Or all we take for granted? Is there a future in our sights? Who decides? Gone are the days when things were simple. Gone are the days when things could be complicated. I was living my life, or was it a lie? Was it always this way? Depends on who you ask. Depends on who you ask. What do we do with this life? What do we do with our power? Can we heal this world of strife? Perhaps in its final hour, is there a future in our sights? Who decides? Who decides?
Yasher koach. Musaf, that moment that we just shared is where we get to reflect on themes of the morning and ask very big questions. And indeed, who decides? At the human level, that is often hakoach biyadenu, the power is in our own hands to make the difference, to be the deciders. There are, of course, factors beyond us at play as well. And as we turn to our closing prayers with the mourner's Kaddish, we remember That who decides sometimes has that metaphorical capital W on the who, or the what, or the how. On this first Shabbat of a new era, we remember many were somewhere in between, the deaths that did not have to be, the disproportionate thousands of people of color and of Native ancestry who have fallen to COVID, those executed, including Lisa Montgomery, in the waning days of a previous administration, those for whom the rising sea is that will be higher because we lost 4 precious years to combat that, we remember. In our own midst, we also have a tremendous number of losses, and we are in solidarity with our beloved Judy Ackerman, co-president, on the death of her mother, Gladys Lipton. And there will be Shiva as a sort of community facing forward, almost memorial service Monday night at 7:30, and again Wednesday night, remembering Judy's mom. And hours from that, Jamie Kaplan lost his beloved mom, Lila Blaine, and the Shiva gathering that is also a memorial service for her is tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Information was already out on the congregational announcement, and if you need, feel free to write us in the office. Zichronam livracha. We're still in the period of Shloshim as well, as we remember Susan Gaeta's brother, George Feltman, and Jody Shapiro's mother, Jerry Markoff, as well as the many whose yahrzeits fall from today through the end of this week. Steve Isaacson's aunt, Florence Kane, Alan Cogan's father, Milton, Bruce Malikin's father, Alex, Henry Plotkin's father, Samuel, Sandy Rubenstein's father, Solly, Pauline Schmuckler, our beloved former member, Tom Stanton's mother, Ursula, Jane Feldman's mother, Rosalie Beckhoff, Jeff Egnall's mother, Melanie, Michael Gottlieb's brother, Matthew, Phyllis Kaufman's late husband, Stuart, Malka Kutnick and Debbie Lewin's beloved mother, Miriam, Judy Zauderer's mother, Gertrude Polster, Alyssa Axe-Strabstein's father, Harry Axe, Lynn Tagg's father, Miles Breger, Catherine Morrison's mother, Liberty, Anne Laurie Wong's father, Irving Warren, Jamie Banks' grandfather, Abraham, Sharon Bray's grandmother, Sonia, Mark Feldman's grandfather, Paul Wiener, Jack Fetter's father, Louis David Fetter, and Carol Fetter's mother, Phyllis Friend, Steve Isaacson's mother, Sylvia, Amy Jaslow's grandmother, Myrtle, Ignacio Donoso's brother, H. David Rubio, Bert Simpson's father, Leo, Malka Kutnick's father, Louis Taub, Len Sirota's grandfather, Abraham Adelson, Anne Burke's mother, Esther Klimo, Doug Fishman's father, Louis, Judy Gelman's son, Norm's grandson, Jacob Daron Gelman Salop, Susan Stein's father, Donald Huke, David Michael's father, Philip, Lisa Max's sister, Julie Polsky, Audrey Rothstein's mother, Betty Rothstein, James Lobson's grandfather, great-grandmother, Ruth Slater, Judy Ehrenstein's father, Sid Fink, and Stu Simon's father, Harold. Invite all those who are in mourning or whose custom it is to rise, page 451, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash. Amen. Fute. B'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam U'Lalmei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmid kudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. V'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. And now, as you remain standing and others rise to join us with their memories enshrined within us, we recommit to the work of praise and the work of Tikkun Olam, page 445. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שנתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני רוח מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבותה אל לבביך. כי הוויה הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. 449. כי המלכות שלך היה מעט, תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, הוויה ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה הוויה לרוח על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה הוויה אחד. ושמו אחד. We may be seated. We turn to a moment of greeting from our past president on behalf of the board, Hal Siegel. Good Shabbos, everyone.
On behalf of the board, I'd like first of all to say Shabbat and welcome to all of you. And I'd like to add our thank you to Micah Hendler for his extraordinary musical and spiritual program today, and also to Rabbi Sid and to Sandy, and as well as Rabbi Hazan Rachel for making this musical program happen. I'd like to highlight some events that are coming up tomorrow that are also noted with links. You can find links in Social Solidarity and probably on our website as well. So tomorrow morning, we have a chanting and meditation program called Living a Path of Love and Justice, which also will occur, well, it occurred last week and will occur on future Sundays. And then in the afternoon, there's a Reconstructing Judaism Day of Learning. And I would emphasize that Rabbi Fred, as well as Adat Shalom member Rabbi Sandy Rubenstein, will be among those leading programs. And that always proves to be really a very enriching program every year. And tomorrow evening, there's a program with Rabbi Jane on what can be a complex subject, relationships during the pandemic. And then finally, I'd just like to remind you that our board always truly welcomes your input, and also a chance to get to know any of you better. So, and you can find us always through the Adat Shalom website, or by contacting the office. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hal, and Shabbat Shalom to you as well. We're going to have time in just a moment for a breakthrough schmooze, time in our breakthrough groups, breakout groups, just to visit for a few minutes and then return for a chance to sing and learn a little bit more with Micah, a special piece of music that he's working on, which he'll explain more about. Before we go there, as a closing for our service, we'll turn to page 459 and invite Micah to lead us. And we'll save Kiddush and Motzi for the end of our music time with Micah, with enormous, enormous thanks to you. Micah, page 459.
Thank you so much. So now that we are where we are and have acknowledged where we are, we can start to move forward. And move forward we shall. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Turn me around. Turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. I don't know lama, I don't know lama. Shema lach v'terem koye, zinivra le'nasa v'chefto kola. Zay melecha, zay melecha, zay melech shemo nikra. Ve'acharei kichrot hakol evadoim loch nora. Ve'hu haya ve'hu hove ve'hu yeh ve'hu yeh ve'hu yeh v'tifara. Ve'hu echad ve'ein sheni lehamshil lo leachbira v'li reshit v'li tachlit ve'lo haoz ve'lo haoz ve'lo haoz ve'am Yisrael. Ve'hu eli ve'chai go'ali ve'tzur chevli ve'etzara. Ve'hu nisi hu manos li me'nat kosi me'nat kosi me'nat kosi v'yom ekra. Beyado av kidruchi ve'etishan ve'ayra. Ve'imruchi ge'vi'ati Adonai li, Adonai li, Adonai li ve'lo yira. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. So write in the chat whatever you're not gonna let turn you around, and we're gonna sing about it all together. Ain't gonna let injustice turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. No negativity, ain't gonna let no negativity turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no negativity turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. No hatred, let no hatred. Oh no, oh no, no, no. Ain't gonna let no hatred. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. No racism, ain't gonna let no racism. Oh no, Oh no, 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 ain't gonna let racism turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. No COVID, gonna let no COVID turn me around. Oh no, oh no, 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 ain't gonna let no COVID turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, keep on walking, keep on talking, keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, amen, amen. So now a chance to be together for a few minutes to say hello, a little bit of a shorter time this morning so that we can have a little more time with Micah. So with enormous thanks to Carol Stern and Mark Pastor, who have been expertly behind the scenes managing all of us and all of our needs this morning, we'll have a chance now for a little more than 10 minutes in breakout time, visit, give everyone a chance to say hi, and then please join in with Micah. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Let's see if Micah's back with
Hello.
there you go.
Hello. Zoom delay. Hi.
Great to meet you all. And Micah, we've had a little bit of a chance to just exhale and greet each other and talk together. And we want to turn back to you now to share some new work that you're involved in with us.
Sure. Thank you. And yeah, just thank you to everybody for all of your incredibly resonant feedback and words and prayers and like being there as we've been going through this experience, because doing this stuff on Zoom can be very isolating, as I'm sure each of you have experienced in many contexts, but actually having participation and actually feeling surrounded by folks who are like really in it, even if you can't hear them, you can see and you can feel. And I just really appreciate it a lot, because it would be really awkward to be like, okay, now we're going to do this thing with like looping and everyone's going to send their prayers and like crickets, so I really appreciate all of you deeply. Yeah. So one thing that has really been really present for me in this time is this idea of what does resilience look like and what does resilience mean, and for each of us it's different, and how do we find resilience, and because it's so necessary and we're dealing with so many struggles, and how do we find the strength to keep going all the time, getting from the oh my god the world is in complete collapse and free fall to we're gonna do it. There's also like a process there. It's not just like you don't just like snap your fingers, or at least I can't. And one of the pieces of music that is most emblematic to me of the idea of resilience is another piece by Isai Barnwell, whose Chinese proverb we sang earlier, and it's called Wanting Memories. And I'm not sure how many of you know it. I'm sure some of you have sung it or heard it in different contexts, but it's just really, really profound. And what I'd love to do before we go into it is really, I'm gonna play the song for you and show you the words. And then we're going to actually head into a bit of chavruta to do some work on it, as if it were a Jewish text. We are... Oh, and for anybody who didn't hear Adinu when I played it earlier and who went to the link that I sent, I'm going to send you that link again, because Wanting Memories is also on our album there. And if you can't hear it when I'm sharing it, I want you to be able to hear it on your own computer. So I'm just going to send this link here. I think this is the right one. Give me one moment. La, la, la. Okay. That should be the right link. Oh, but because I didn't put HTTP, it didn't link for you. Okay, one more time. There we go. Okay. But if you heard Adinu properly, the name of the album is called Home. Home in 3 languages. Home, Beit, Bait. And it's available on any platform that you could imagine, basically. So for anyone who didn't get the share screen to work before, in terms of the sound, you should go to that link and look for Wanting Memories, which I believe is the 10th track. And otherwise, you can hear it on my share screen right about now.
I am sitting here wanting teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. You used to rock me in the cradle of your arms. You said you'd hold me till the pains of life were gone. You said you'd comfort me in times like these, and now I need you, now I need you. And you are gone. I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Now that you've gone and left me, there's been so little beauty, but I know I saw it clearly through your eyes. Now the world outside is such a cold and bitter place. Here inside I have few things that will console. And when I try to hear your voice above the storms of life, then I remember all that I was told. I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Think on the things that made me feel so wonderful when I was young. Think on the things that made me laugh, made me dance, made me sing. Think on the things that made me grow into a being full of pride. Think on these things, for they are true. I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. I thought that you were gone, but now I know you're with me. You are the voice that whispers all I need to hear. I know a please, a thank you, and a smile will take me far. I know that I am you and you are me and we are one. I know that who I am is numbered in each grain of sand. I know that I've been blessed again and over again. I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes.
All right. So I hope that you enjoyed just sort of getting to bathe in that song a little bit. It's one of my favorites. What I would love to do now is amazing. We've got some breakout rooms here. Let's do recreate. Create a bunch of breakout rooms. We're going to go into Chavruta, into basically dyad two-person breakout rooms, and discuss a little bit about this song, and specifically what it brings up for you. Hopefully this will work out with the right numbers. I'm going to send 3 questions in the chat now and say them, but then as folks go into the rooms, hopefully I'll be able to broadcast these questions as well a little over time, so you can be reminded of them.
You
Okay.
can't broadcast to the breakout. Well, I'll make you host so you can. Never.
That would be awesome. Thank you. Or you can, but great. So
And then
here we
like that,
go.
you could just make Mark the co-host, because once he gives you hosting privileges,
Then all of a sudden he's lost it. So I'll make Mark the co-host. Okay. So basically here are the questions. One is, what does the chorus mean? It's kind of difficult to parse, actually, a little bit. And so that's the first question. The second is there a memory that is powering you through this time, or a new way that you are seeing the beauty in the world? The second question. And don't worry, I'll write these down and send them to you again. And the third is actually to show your Chavruta the beauty in the world through your own eyes. So like if you are able to actually like maybe take them somewhere, or bring them a photo or a painting, or share your screen, or do something that actually helps them see the world, the beauty in the world through your own eyes, and how you're finding it. Okay, so we're going to go into the breakout rooms, and I'll send a bunch of stuff in the broadcast chat so everyone has it. Hopefully this works. Okay, and here we go. And we're gonna quickly
Carol? I think you're muted. You are muted.
I think all went well.
I mostly. I wasn't expecting this last breakout.
Yes, I wasn't either.
I'm not sure anybody was. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was, certainly wasn't on the agenda.
Yes. And I figured out that as I was early in our service, as I was moving my mouse around different screens, as I was moving it over some folks, I was accidentally muting folks. That's why Fred and Micah both got muted for a moment.
You have to be careful. You have power.
Yes, yes. Okay. I just set my watch for about another 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, and there'll probably be Kiddush and Motzi after that.
Yep. I was also surprised how many people stuck around for the breakouts, more than we expected.
Right.
I set them for 10. I think most of them turned out to be around 8.
Amazing.
Okay, people are asking for help in the breakouts. I wonder if there are rooms with 2 people and with 1 person in them. Let me take a look.
Most have, I'm looking too. Everybody has at least 2.
Okay.
Who's asking?
Ellen Peckman in 19, but she's got somebody. Okay.
She's not alone, but who knows if anybody's talking.
Okay, I'm gonna just let it be.
Yeah. They can always leave the room, but.
Yep. Okay. So I think we earned our pay today.
We sure did. I had Phyllis, she asked if she could help and she did the page numbers.
I saw, since
Yeah.
she told me, yes.
Yeah. I
I sent her a
deputized
thank you
her.
note. Yes, all good. Okay.
And the only person who I didn't know was Lisa's iPhone. Because we have so many Lisas. I don't know which one it is.
Right.
And she didn't turn on her, and she wouldn't answer me when I asked who it was. So I just said, it's okay.
Yeah.
And Ensemble either went away or changed their name.
Right. I started to write that and then, yes.
It could have been, it may be Lisa who's in charge of the choir.
Right.
Yeah. I'll have to ask her because she may have come in on her iPhone after we would let her in on Ensemble.
Who knows? Okay, I'm going to send a message to all the breakouts saying they've got about 2 more minutes.
So what's interesting is this is live on YouTube, but they don't see the breakouts. They just see us talking.
And I did not stop the recording or the YouTube, figuring they would want the end. So
yeah.
Okay. There actually are. Okay. Okay.
Are we doing, we're definitely doing Kiddush and Motzi, I presume.
I presume.
Yeah.
I know nothing. I'm just running with the flow.
Yeah, well, it's usually happens, so I
Yep.
presume.
Yep.
It's on here, 12:28.
Right.
So that's about right.
Okay, somebody else is. Well, I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, never mind.
People are coming back.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to shut up.
Thanks everybody for going through a little bit of your memories and your stories with others. I'm cognizant of time, so I will just let you know that if this song moved you in any way, if this activity, if the process of thinking about and sort of plumbing the depths of your memories for beauty and for ways of seeing beauty and ways of resourcing yourself to go forward. I am currently working on a video project for Isai Barnwell, who is a dear mentor who wrote the song and who also wrote the music for the Chinese proverb that we did earlier. And she is turning 75 in a month. And so to honor her, I wanted to create this compilation of wanting memories. And some people will sing. If you know the song, you can sing. But specifically, I wanted it to be open to anybody who just wanted to share how, like, a memory that was powering them through this time visually. So literally what you did with your chavruta, if you were like showing them a painting, or if you were going to a room in your home or like your backyard or whatever it was, or an activity that you're doing that makes you feel like you're channeling something that helps you to see the world in a beautiful way, or just a beautiful spot in the world, any of those things are welcome. And if you want to be part of this video in tribute to Isai Barnwell, you are most welcome, and I'd love to include you. And so I'm going to put a link here in the chat, which has all the information about submission and a link and blah, 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 but it's really not complicated. Like, it's basically do what you did now, but just send it to me. So I'm going to write this here. raiseyourvoicelabs.com/wanting-memories. And I would be honored for any of you to contribute to the project, either in singing or in sharing a memory, or in dancing, if any of you dance, because that also is an important part of the song. Actually, it was originally part of a dance theater piece, so I wanted to include that, or anything at all. So yeah, so it's 12:29, so I'm going to turn this back to the clergy, but just to say thank you. And I was really moved to get to join you this morning and look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you so much, Micah. I'm wishing that we could just sing the refrain for a minute together.
Let's do it.
Just like not, I mean, doesn't have to be with the whole amazing arrangement.
Yeah, no, we'll just yeah, I can teach it easily. So I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes.
Thank you. Just a way for us to hold on to the words a little more kinesthetically.
Definitely.
May all of the memories that we've conjured up today stay with us and to strengthen us and give us the way to see beauty in a way that we may not have been able to do in recent times.
Amen.
Thank you so, so much, Micah, for sharing yourself so generously. I think what I'm learning about you is, yeah, you're a brilliant musician. That's fantastic. But it's really your heart that that grabs us and pulls us all together. So
thank you.
Wonderful for your musical skills, but even more gratitude for your ability to reach right in and right through the Zoom screen and take hold of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, grateful to be here.
Rabbi Fred, is there, before I go to Kiddush and Motzi, is there anything you want to say? I just didn't want to.
Again, boundless gratitude to Micah and to each of us for being part of a community that knows how to reconstitute itself and to find beauty and find connection, even in moments like this. And to reiterate all of the amazing Torah and Tikkun opportunities ahead, starting tomorrow with the Reconstructionist Movement Day of Learning and the big, bold Jewish Climate Festival coming up, starting on Wednesday with over 150 separate lessons, and all of the amazing offerings in the life of our own community, including Rabbi Rachel's weekly Parshat HaShavua. We look forward to many singing and non-singing opportunities to join together. Good Shabbos, everyone.
Thank you. I feel compelled to add that next Shabbat is Shabbat Shirah. So we have some very special musical things we've been working on to share in honor of that Torah reading where we cross the Red Sea once again together. So I invite you to tune in Friday night and Shabbat morning for some wonderful things together. I have challah and some grape juice. If you have yours, please join me. Say blessings for this Shabbat and to get us ready for lunch if we haven't had it already. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי, Shabbat vayinafash. Al ken berach Adonai et yom ha-Shabbat vayikadshehu savrei chaverai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. B'tei avon, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Thank you all.
Shabbat shalom.
Awesome.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Good week.
Thanks again, Micah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.